What's up? It's your boy, Mr. Monkey. Here on a walk. I like to start the day with a little bit of gratitude. So, what are you grateful for today? I am grateful for bananas. Bananas are awesome. They're sweet. I remember reading that immigrants, when they came to Ellis Island in America, that they had bananas for the first time and they described it as like a sweet cake. And honestly, that's pretty fitting. It's a fruit, but it's also a cake. Right on. But yeah, grateful for bananas, good food, to have food in general. Some people don't have food. That makes me sad. But I'm grateful that I have food. I'm grateful for trees. Shout out to trees, making oxygen, keeping the world breathable, even if humans aren't. Yeah. Sometimes whenever I'm in like a slump, I just gotta pull myself out of it by looking around, because there's a lot of inspiration around us. The sun, I am so grateful for the sun. Hallelujah. Let's take a look at the sun. Oh, I can't turn the camera around. Yes, I can. There's the sun. Oh, it's behind a cloud. That's okay. Oh, it's so warm. Sun on skin. Yeah. The sun is cool, and I love the sun. Even though cars are kind of loud, they do get us to where we need to be. So, shout out to cars passing by, getting us where we need to be. But yeah, what was I saying? Whenever I'm in a slump, sometimes I just gotta get outside and look around, because there's a lot of wonderful things around us. Like, cars 100 years ago were a luxury. They're a luxury, and now only the rich were able to drive them, and now almost anyone can. That's really cool. Anyways, now that we're by the street, it's very loud. Yeah, that's one of the downsides of cars, but hey, everything can't be perfect, right? But it's banana cam. Let's go. Having a place to live. I'm thankful for that. Even if I have to share a room, whatever. At least I have a room. At least I have a bed. But yeah, I have a bed. I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to go to school, go to college. That shit's expensive. I can see how if you don't have enough money, you don't even have the opportunity. I think everyone should have the opportunity to learn, to better themselves, at least in some way, some capacity. It doesn't have to be school. I don't think school is for everyone. Sometimes I don't even think school is for me. But I digress. If money wasn't an issue, what would you want to do? What would you want to do? If money wasn't an issue, I probably wouldn't do anything. No, I'm just kidding. I would go on lots of walks and talks. I would probably just try to talk to people. That's when I feel most fulfilled, talking to people. Because within each one of us is a universe of information. And the universe contains all the experiences that we've ever had. And within each experience, there can be a lesson. There's some knowledge in there, something that we can learn. Because the universe is always giving us feedback, right? We go in the universe, we make an action into the universe, and then we get feedback from it. So, I'm not saying all of this feedback is always personal, and it is always a consequence of our actions. Sometimes there's other variables that we know nothing about. For example, if I ask someone a question, they get frustrated and upset. It may not have been the question itself that made them upset. It could have just been they're having a bad day. Sometimes it's not always about you. Actually, it seldom is. It's like the Earth, The Earth is revolving around the sun, and the sun is revolving around the Milky Way, and the Milky Way is revolving around the universe. So It's not about us. We're just another planet revolving around other planets of information, of knowledge. But when you get to share that information with other people, then I think that's when magical things happen. Yeah, magic. Magic is everywhere. I'm not talking about like woo-woo magic, you know. I'm not even talking about religion, man. I'm just talking about bananas. Oh, the magical sensation that occurs in my mind when I take a bite of banana. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like the fact that I get to experience this moment, that's magic. Being alive, that's magic. Some people don't even be alive. Don't even be alive. But it's all magic, you know? Magic of life. But yeah. Yeah, so going to walk. Favorite thing to do. I just think it's really interesting. You know, like when you're walking down the street or you're walking down a hallway and you see someone else going down the hallway, like they're facing directly at you, and it's a little awkward because, I don't know, do you want to make eye contact with them, like super intense, or are you going to just like kind of look away, kind of look down and make no eye contact, or you just like look at them, nod, and then just keep walking? Or maybe you just talk to them. I don't know. I haven't tried that one yet, but I want to do it. I guess I just feel nervous. I think that's a natural thing to feel, though. Or is it a natural thing? Or is it something that our society has just taught us? Society do be teaching us things. I'm very skeptical of what society teaches us. I don't think the group consensus is always the best way to do things. I think it can lead us to feel trapped and lonely because not everyone fits into the mold of the generic societal standard. And you got to break out of that mold to really find yourself, I think. Or if you do fit into that mold, then it does work. But if you're like me and it doesn't, then you often feel lost and confused. And I think even people who fit into the mold feel lost and confused sometimes. I think that's just a human experience or a rite of passage of some way. Oh man, but you know what I really like? I really like the shadows of the trees. Long shadows of the trees. Like, look at those. Look at those shadows. They're coming down. Oh. It's awesome. Amazing. Splendiferous. Yes. Look at those clouds too. Wow. That's so cool. They're not intense, but they're fluffy, and they got some depth to them, you know? This cloud's got some depth to them. Respect, Mr. Cloud, or Mrs. Cloud, or Cloud, I don't assume. Clouds having genders. Who's to say? When a mommy cloud and a daddy cloud get together, that's when the rain really starts. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's the weirdest video I've ever made, but I love it. Last night, oh, my nose is drippy. Oh well. I'm just gonna wipe up my hand like a classy gentleman. Last night it was like 4:40 in the morning, 4:40 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. And do you ever like get that urge, just like get your life together? Just get your life together. You know, at 4 in the morning. You know, that's the perfect time to get your life together. Well, I had that urge yesterday. And, you know, normally I live by the rule of don't try to get your life together between the hours of 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. Like, in those evening times, it's realistic to give yourself a break. You know, you're allowed to relax. You don't need to overthink things. You don't need to overdo it. That's a good time to take a break. But I'm also in a period where I'm trying to wean myself off of using substances like weed and alcohol to numb my anxiety. I think that's a common vice of don't want to say my generation. I think a lot of people are able to partake in weed and alcohol without getting addicted to it. Unfortunately, for my gene pool, for my genetics, it's not as easy to control myself from just consuming. I want to be more mindful of what I consume. But anyways, I'm trying to live a more sober lifestyle. And I'm not saying I want to live an ascetic lifestyle where I am not addicted to anything. Like I'm allowed to do whatever I want. That's the thing about life, you know. We have rules of our society, like laws. But in terms of rules on how to conduct ourselves, you got societal norms, but they're just suggestions, really. Otherwise, you got to make your own meaning. Gotta make your own meaning in life. But anyways, it's 4:40 in the morning, and I was in the throes of withdrawals of weed. One of the symptoms of that is insomnia. So it's 4:40 in the morning, and I was awake, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to go on a run, because I hadn't worked out that day. So I went on a mile run. It was cold, but I felt so energized in that moment. The roads were icy, so it was like I was on a treadmill at some points. It was like doing the running man in place. But yeah, I was running the same route that I'm walking down right now, and it's good. Did a 7:10 pace. I'm proud of myself for that. Doing exercise, I think that's self-love. Giving yourself and others love, I think that's a good way to live. I'm constantly thinking about how to live. What's a good way to live? I'm still figuring it out, and I don't know all the time. That's okay. I'm 21. I'm not supposed to have it all figured out yet. So, if you feel lost, join me on a walk. Maybe we can figure something out together. Well, Mr. Monkey, out!